Hello, people of YouTube. It's Alexia, and I'm sorry I haven't been up in a while, but I am getting more recent. Yeah, anyway, I'm trying. I gotta make this one quick because I still have to take a bath and then I have to study for school tomorrow because I got a test. French. Parlez-vous français? Love it. Anyway. This next book actually has two books in one if you buy it like this, but I loved it. I didn't think I would, but I loved it. I don't know what about it. And yes, for ahead of time people, this is another vampire book. But it's not like Twilight, although it does have kind of a romance in it, which I kind of like. But then again, I like that kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Anyway. This book was really good. It had action. It definitely had suspense. It had romance. It had anything and everything you could ask for in a book. It had it. And I loved it. It was one of my favorites for sure. And I have all the books of the series with me right now in my bag in the corner. So you can see it. You see that bag? Yeah, that's where all the books are. They belong to my cousin. And she let me borrow them because she thought I'd love them. She was right, girl. Anyway, let me fix this. Yes. Okay. I shall now reveal to you the book, and it is called The Morganville Vampires. This book has Glass Houses and The Dead Girls Dance, which is book 1 and book 2 of the series. I am currently, as of this video, I am on the 3rd book, which is good so far. But I'm not here to talk about that one. These two are really good. As soon as I started reading the first chapter of this book, I could not put it down at all. It was crazy. I loved it. This book is about a human girl. Okay. And her name's Claire Danvers. She wants to go to college. She's only 16 and she's already in college technically. Because she's so smart, she got early. I cannot remember the word. Early graduation or whatever. I'm not going to call it like that. And she got into school at a high school in Morganville, Texas. She wanted to go to like MIT and all that, but her parents said no because it was too far away. Maybe a semester or two in the Morganville College and she'll do fine. Well, what she didn't count on was discovering this world in Morganville that not a lot of people know about. And she meets 3 friends. Let's see if I can remember. I'm sorry, I haven't read this book in a while. Let's see. Shane, Michael, and Eve. Shane, Michael, and Eve. They're all 18. They're all older than she is. And all 3 of them live in a big house, which is Michael's house, actually. Michael Glass is his last name. And he owns the house. And while at college, since she's younger, there's another girl who's older, of course, that belongs in high school. In college. And this girl terrorizes Claire. In the first chapter, she pushes her downstairs and laughs at her. Like, I wanted to beat the crap out of this girl in here. Oh my god, and it doesn't get any better. I'm not, like, I don't want to ruin things for you, but this, in this book, does not get any better. At all. And if she does, she fakes it. Hardcore. She even says so in the book that she fakes it. Whew, she makes me want to... No! Anyway. Well, Claire was threatened for her life, so she decided to leave the college campus. Still have classes there, but just room somewhere else. So what she did was she found an ad about 3 roommates looking for a 4th, which if you haven't guessed yet, that would be Michael, Shane, and Eve. When Claire shows up, she meets Eve and Shane. Eve is pretty goth. Okay, she dresses goth. I don't know how to put it. She wears plaid. She wears skulls. She wears stockings that go up to her thigh. She's kind of like the slutty version of a goth. But she's very, very nice to Claire. And they become very fast friends after. And when she meets Shane, it's kind of cute. He's very open-minded. He loves playing video games. In the book, they describe him playing zombie games, which I'm guessing is Call of Duty or something. But probably not, since this book came out before Call of Duty. But, you know, it sounds something like that. He loves video games. He really fends for his friends. And Michael is his best friend ever, because they grew up together. Shane and Claire hit it off pretty fast. They develop a relationship later on in the series. Like, at least by the end of the second book, they're considered boyfriend-girlfriend. But they definitely like each other. And, like, the first few chapters, I really thought she liked Michael. And you might get confused, too, if you start reading it. Yeah. Enough about that. Michael. Michael is the epitome of a god. He's blonde-haired, blue eyes, gorgeous muscles, and all this. Shane has that too, but I mean, it's not like Michael. But I don't want to spoil too much of it. But what people don't know is that there was a curse. No, I'm sorry, not a curse. The story of Michael, it goes like this. He was performing at a coffee shop. The coffee shop was owned by a vampire. And when Michael came home one night, he was overpowered by a vampire to let him in the house. And the vampire tried to turn him. The youngest vampire that has ever been in this series, at least, is at a good 700 years old or something like that. Hundreds of years old. And they banned it from ever happening again, because they don't want people to know. This guy tried to turn him into a vampire, not knowing how much blood to take, practically almost killing Michael. Don't know how this happens, but the house somehow saves Michael. And now, in this book, he is cursed. He turns into a human at night, but in the daytime, he's a ghost. And no one can see him at all. Claire can feel him like a breeze, and that's how she communicates with him. But other than that, that's it. But I definitely did not expect that coming. But Eve and Michael have a thing. And it's a really cute thing, because by the second book, it's quite adorable. But Eve is a badass, no lie. Eve won't stand for all this giving up and, like, I don't know. She likes to be treated like a woman, but not to the point where the man's doing everything for her. She's kind of like that. She's really cool, like Eve. They don't really go on these crazy adventures, but come to find out, the three of them are pretty much vampire hunters. They know what is going on around them, and they just hate vampires in general. They hate them. And one of the first things that Eve says to Claire when she moves in was, "Do you believe in vampires?" And Claire thought she was freaking nuts. But after a while, she started realizing, like, maybe this crazy girl's right. I don't want to seem crazy, but maybe she's right. And then a vampire tried to attack her. And that's when she started to believe. So, yeah, that's how that goes. But it's a really good book. I loved it. That was pretty much the summary of the first book. I don't want to go into the second book because it's very action-y. And it kind of spoils the rest of the first book. So I don't want to spoil it all yet. But if you really want to look it up, there's the cover of this book, The Morganville Vampires. And it's by Rachel Kane. It's really good. I'm going to put the summary on the bar. I don't know which side of the screen it would be on. this side. Anyway, I'm gonna put the summary on the bar, and if you need to look it up, please do so. If you have any suggestions for me to read, send me a comment or anything you want to do. Whatever's easy for you, honey buns. As I said before, I am currently on the 3rd book, and I plan to finish this whole series. I think there are like 8 books in the series. I don't know. I did not actually count. But I will be checking in every now and again, throwing in either this series of books or other books that I've already read, and I'll give you a quick summary of it. But if I don't remember it, I'm sorry. Definitely check this book out. It's really good. It was really good, no lie. I wish I had my own copy. Okay. Thank you so much for listening, people. But I really gotta go scrub a dub. Yeah. I love you, YouTubers.